charcoal in the burners as well as incense sticks. So when you have a chance to offer incense, all you have to do is drop the granulated sandalwood over the charcoal where the burning incense stick. No, opposite. No, opposite. No, opposite. And so that's all set up. And momentarily, I'm going to turn the mic over to Jeannie. That will follow my ringing of the calling bell. I think we're about ready for the ringing of the calling bell. No, we don't.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to our special service. We have a couple of things happening today. Today we have we're celebrating the birthday of Shinran Shonin, our founder of our sect, and we're also having Hatsumairi. I guess it's an introduction of new people, new children to our temple. So thank you all for attending. My name is Jeannie Toshima, And I'd like to also thank Sensei for conducting the service, Kathy for making sure we have music and we don't have to sing a cappella. Flowers have been prepared before she had to go up to San Jose by Gregory Gibbs. And Alan Goto, Kathy Kumagai for making sure that we get our streaming services up there. So again, thanks for coming today. Just wanted you to know that Shinran Shonin's history and a lot of his information is in our Shin Buddhist booklet, starting on page 2, and on the back side of this, when you have time, there's an awful lot of information about Shinran Shonin, but you'll hear more about him today. It's a very special service for us. A year ago, some of us were in Japan celebrating his birthday and the Shin Buddhist
850th.
850th?
Yeah.
Oh, 850th. So it's been a big year for us for last year, and today, what are we doing next? Oh, Sensei's going to start with our chanting. So he will start with Shi Shin Rai, and then the pronouncement of service, and then we will follow with him as we chant Juni Rai, page 49.
Yes, thanks, Jeannie. Yeah, and I'll be chanting in Chinese twice today, saying the same thing. The Shishinrai is inviting the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha to accept our reliance upon them. Same thing as the Sambujo, which I will use for the Hatsumairi ritual shortly. But we're going to first announce the service. Shishin Kei Ilei Namo Shochiu Shishin Kei Ilei Namo Shochiu Ho Shishin Kei Ilei Namo Shochiu So. This morning, on this occasion of the culmination of Gotan-E, celebration of Shinran's birthday, and Hatsumairi, introduction of young people to the Buddha, we reaffirm our reliance upon the three treasures of the truth. We rely upon the Buddha, we rely upon the Dharma, we rely upon the Sangha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Dabutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Dabutsu. And now, as you wish, please join in the chanting of the Juni Rai, page 49 in the service book. Keishu Tenin Shokugyo Amida Senryo Dokuson Zai Hi Mimeo Anrako Muryo Bushi Shu Ineo Konjiki Shinyo Nyo Tenno Shama Tagyo Nyo Lobu Ryomoku Jonyaku Shodenge Koga Chorai Midason Menzen Nendyo Nyoman Gats Iko Yunyo Ten Ichigats Shonyo Ten Kukushila Koga Chorai Midason Kannon Shodai Kanshuju Shuju Meuto Hotyogon 노북 게도 마교만 고가 초라이 미다손 무비무쿠 고쇼조 슈토쿠 케유켓뇨 코쿠 쇼타리야쿠 토쿠지다이 고가 초라이 미다손 집보 묘몬 보사슈 무료 쇼마료 단단 이쇼 슈조간 리키주 고가 초라이 미다손 헌타이 호켄치 쇼케 zengon shoryo meidaiza ohiza jonyo tenno koga chorai midathon jippo shorai shobushi kengen jinzu shi anrak sengo tongen shokugyo koga chorai midathon shou mujo mugato yakunyo suigatten yoro ishu seppo mumyoji koga chorai midathon hison buset mu akumyo yakumu nyonin akudofu shunin shishin kyo hison koga chorai midathon hison murio hobenkyo mu shoshu akuchi shiki ojo hutai shibodai koga chorai midathon gasetten hison kudokuji shuzen muhen yo kai sui shogyaku zengon shoujo sha eisei jo Namanabu, 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 namanabu. Kaniya shikudoku, byodo sei isai. Don monai shin onyo la koku. Namanda burmana namanabu namanabu namanda burmana namamira butsu namana butsu namana butsu.
Next, we're going to have Oshoko by representatives of our organizations here at the temple. First is the Dharma School. Who's going to come up? Come on, Neo. Come on, Bowen. Junior YBA. The Buddhist Women's Association. Pasadena Buddhist Temple. Thank you. Next, we're going to have our Hatsumairi child presentation. Do you want me to read the names? I'm not sure if everybody's here, but I'd like to read the names. Santo and Tiago Martinez. I've known their dad since he was in preschool, so it's really super happy. I get very happy to see them here today. And next is Neo Lim. We have Kelia Higashiyama Spratt, Amelia Edwards, Grant Edwards, Lily DeCleric, and Mason DeCleric. Do we have them come up?
No, do that separately.
Okay, so Sensei will have something for you and he will read your name separately. Thank you all for coming today.
Yeah, thank you, Jeannie. So Jeannie has told us which young people we're particularly focusing on. We'll call you up one at a time and give you a little remembrance here. First, I'm going to chant the first third of Sambujo, which is just one more time to formally acknowledge the presence of the enlightened persons in the room, the enlightened teaching in the teachings, and the enlightened members in the congregation. We do this? Okay. Oh, we hold the container. That's perfect, yeah. Because I don't have to grab it. Okay, we have little remembrances just to acknowledge that on this date you have been formally introduced to the Buddha, and so we will do that one at a time now. The Buddha to my right, and I'm going to call up Santos Dume Martinez. You guys can bring up Thiago Zuma Martinez at the same time if you want to. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much. Let's get into this book for you. It's an ABCs of Buddhism book made by a friend of mine, Reverend Diane Johnson. There you go. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. We have call some more friends up here. Oh yeah, you certainly may individually take pictures. Sorry, I should have thought of that. But we'll ask you to stay if you can, if the boys don't mind. It's just till we call the children up. Won't take too long. Next, we have Neo Yong Zi Lim. Neo Yong Zi Lim. The names just get longer and longer. Some of you know what's coming. The next one's much longer. Neo Yong Zi Lim. Good friend of ours. We're so glad to have you here, Neo. Thank you for being here. And with your mom, this ABC's Buddhism book for you. We'll get it later. And now, let's see if I can do this. We wish to call forward Kalia Kapulamelele Hua Amina Higashiyama Spratt. And I'm not going to say that again. Thank you. Kalia Kapulamelele Hua Amina Higashiyama Spratt. My family was Spratts too. You know, the immigration officials changed it to Spat, Irish name, because they never heard us say it changes. Actually, hold up for her. We really appreciate having her on Tuesdays. And now, my challenge is over. Next, we want to call forward the Edwards children. First, Amelia Edwards, and we may as well bring up the other Edwards child, Grant and Amelia, if we could have the two of you here at the same time. Okay. You guys are older, so we need your stingy. Thank you for being here, Grant. We appreciate it. We still have more to do. We are now going to call forward, again, a brother and sister here, if we may have both Lily de Klerk and Mason de Klerk. Oh, okay. Thank you for being here. Thank you. So we have other children in the room, but they've met the Buddha before. So this is the first formal introduction of the Buddha to our friends here. So this is just a statue behind you, but it's an image of the Buddha. So Buddha, we want once more to introduce you to Santos Dume Martinez, Thiago Zuma Martinez, Neo Yang Zi Lim, Kalia Kapula Lele Hawa, Amina Higashiyama Spratt, Amelia Edwards, Grant Edwards, Lily Clark, and Mason Clark. Thank you for being here today. This is the Buddha, but the Buddha is really inside you at all times. Thank you for being here.
In fact, with that, we're going to excuse all the Sunday school kids to the classroom. And then we're going to have Reverend Gibbs give us our Dharma message for today. So kids, you could go on to the classroom. I don't.
Yeah, we suspect
Unless you want
the
to stay
younger
for the
people
Dharma
wouldn't be
message.
as fascinated by my talk as you're going to be. So we're going to let. If you're not fascinated by the talk, just kind of squat down, and we won't know you're one of the children leaving.
Yeah, so the children are welcome to leave for the classroom if they'd like, or stay. That's fine too.
Yeah, we don't want to strain the children by making them stay here too long, but on the other hand, as you may have noticed, that we are quite pleased to have the children be children. We don't expect them to sit quietly. how many of us sat quietly when we were little ones. So we're pleased to have them running all around the Hondo during the service, but now they're going to go to their own little classroom for some craft activities or study. And I will momentarily do the most anticlimactic thing you could imagine, which is to deliver a talk. We rely upon the source of limitless wisdom and endless life. Well, again, thank you for being here. We were glad we could have a Hatsumairi, a little brief. We did keep the ritual brief for the children's sake, but acknowledging the children. We're pleased to have children with us, and we're pleased to invite young people into our tradition. And one of the things we pride ourselves on is that we want you here, and we're also pleased if you go somewhere else. And we're pleased if you stay Buddhist all your life, and we're pleased if you turn Christian or atheist humanist or whatever it is that makes your heart open and your mind expand. We're just pleased to have you with us for as long as you want to be here. Buddhism is for everybody, and it's mandatory for nobody. And so again, may I say good morning, and if I may thank, as we like to do, our helpers in producing this service, which include Alan Goto, who is our videographer and providing tech support, Kathy Kumagai, who besides playing organ for us, provides tech support. My wife, Kyoko Gregory Gibbs, did the flowers, put the cloths up on the Naijin here. Putting these cloths up, to do it very, very well, it takes my wife about 20 minutes. To do it really clumsily takes me about 2 hours. So she does it for me. Some of us don't have those geometric intuitions, you know. I just don't do that. So my wife, Kyoko, did a great job of the flowers and preparing the Naijin here for us. And we certainly appreciate our temple co-president, Jeannie Toshima, for chairing the service. And our other co-president, Lori Takayama, has been very busy helping to prepare the annex next door for our little refreshment after. Now, as we've told you, this is our service for Shinran Shonin's birthday. The title is Gotan-E, which really means Founders Day, Founders Service. There are about 200 schools of Buddhism still surviving, and he is the founder of our specific school. And Jeannie was just reminding me that last year was his 850th birthday, and it was the 800th denomination, the celebration of the 800th year of the denomination, Jodo Shinshu Buddhism, which is a little, why 50? We don't know. Why. They think that was the year that he finished his masterwork when he was 52. We're not sure, but anyway, we celebrated those last year, his 800th birthday, 850th birthday, and the 800th year's denomination of Jodo Shinshu, 800th commemoration. This year is our 125th year for the Buddhist Churches of America, our mother organization that unifies our 60 temples nationwide. We have about 60 temples and about 15,000 members. Membership's hard to determine exactly, but about 15,000 people, about 60 temples. Again, this is, Shinran was our founder. He was born 850 years ago. It was about 801 years ago, I guess, when he finished his masterwork. This, since it's a birthday celebration, it's kind of an up-tempo event. A lot of the formal Buddhist representations, formal services, are things like the death of the Buddha, Shinran's death, Obon, when we remember everyone who died. It's all good. It's good to do that. And we're going to do Memorial Day, too. I'll be out at the Mountain View Cemetery on Memorial Day there next week. Is that next week? Soon, coming soon. 2 weeks, I think. But this service is just up-tempo. There was this guy, Shinran. He was born about 851 years ago, and he opened out this Mahayana Buddhism for us in a way that it was really clearly for every one of us and can nurture us. Some mornings we have to discuss negative things like aging, illness, death, impermanence, but not today. The Buddha Dharma is a developmental tradition, like physics. If a religion is based on revelation, you're pretty much stuck in your development until the next revelation, right? But our religion is based on discovery, so it's a constant process of revision, rethinking, reconceptualizing, representing. This discovery and experimentation practice, followed by new discoveries and new truth seekers and new Dharma seekers, with renewed practices, renewed experimentation. This has been going on for 25 centuries. Renewed analysis, revamped questioning, new questions. We ask new questions. So we've developed this spiritual path over 25 centuries, and in its mature form, again, it consists of about 200 schools. There's probably been about 500 schools of Buddhism that have existed in history, and of the 300 that are missing, like 298 are wrapped into like our school or another school. They didn't disappear, they just morphed and transformed. But there's about 200 schools left, and we each have our own flavor, our own distinct flavor. And we each have our own approach to how we address very basic questions. So if you had 2,500 years ago asked a monk, 2,400 years ago, say the Buddha's been gone a while, 2,400 years ago ask a monk, is life good or is life bad or is life kind of neutral? They would have answered in the typical Buddhist monk way, yes, life is good, bad, and neutral. You know, that question was not seriously addressed in the first 500, 600 years of tradition. These days, if you ask the question, the answer you get will still vary somewhat with which one of the 200 schools and which specific priest of that school you talk to. But the original answer was life's good, bad, or neutral, depending on situation, depending on your karma, depending on how you act. But you might still get that answer from a Theravadan monk today. Buddhist monks can sometimes be evasive. However, I'm not a monk, I'm a priest or a minister, and our school of Buddhism is not evasive. People have to ask whether life is worthy or not. It's a question you have to ask. I remember my younger son, Ren, asking me this when he was like just 5 years old. Like, you just die, what's the point? That question occurs to us. We must address it. Is life good? Is life neutral? Is life bad? And the mature appraisal of the 200 or so schools of living Mahayana Buddhism is that life is good. Life is positive. Life is good. Reality will gravitate towards the good, towards the wholesome in the long run. Life is good. The Awakening of Faith in Mahayana text was written about 1,500 years ago, and that teaches that reality such as it truly is of itself works to illumine our deludedness. Reality itself is trying to wake us up right now. To get to that optimistic position took us about 1,000 years, of meditative research, 1,000 years of careful philosophical analysis, 1,000 years of serious personal reflection on the part of tens of thousands of monks, nuns, and lay Buddhists. It took that much time to get to an optimistic position that life is good. Reality grooves toward the positive. That is our position as Mahayana Buddhists. Now, still important questions remain, including, what are we to do about it? Now, the original view of the Buddhist monks, say again, I'm not going to put words into the mouth of the historical founder Shakyamuni, but you just go back 2,400 years, and the view of the Buddhist monks at that time was essentially that life is very hard, so practice meditation, philosophical study, righteous moral behavior immediately, because life is just terrible. You better turn it around. 1,000 years later, and Buddhists are telling you, life moves toward the light. Reality supports your efforts to awaken to the truth. Reality nurtures goodness. So practice focused contemplation, conceptual analysis of Buddhist doctrines, and ethical restraint immediately. That was the trend. Life's good, so now really work hard, now really. So we weren't sure, is life good or bad or neutral? Well, 1,000 years of thinking about it and meditating and studying and analyzing and yeah, life's good, so work hard. And then took us about 500 years more to get to Shinran Shonin. A little more, but I won't go through all the transformations through Vasubandhu and Panlan and Honen and all those guys, because it's still good advice. The old advice is still good for some people. Even if life is fundamentally good and nurturing, work hard, make yourself better, make the world better. That's still good advice for some people. It's good advice for those who are able to follow it. But about the same time that this more optimistic view emerged in Buddhist communities, we started to wonder if everyone really had to work that hard all the time. And this wondering whether we might take it a little more easy now that we realize that life is good, reality does support our movement toward the light, we started to ask if we couldn't take it a little more easy. And it took about 1,500 years, actually, until we got to our specific tradition, founded by Shinran Shonin, whose birthday we celebrate today. And Shinran produced scholarly texts for people who need them. People like me, I need those texts. They're complicated. He produced complicated scholarly texts for those of us who need it. He also taught us that we don't need to strive toward the good. You don't need to strive toward the good. You don't need to have to reach for the light. The light is shining on you. Goodness is emerging out of your heart, your mind, and your body even now. That which is true, real, and good is already embracing us, accepting us exactly as we are, even when we're glum and doltish. And I have my glum and doltish days. I know even then I am accepted by reality just as I am. And that reality which accepts us even as we are, even on dull, doltish, and glum days, is already picking me up and you up and leading us toward the light. There is a promise directed to all of us, a promise of awakening, a promise of emergence into the truth, a promise of further and fuller life. That promise can be felt in our hearts and our minds and our bodies. That promise of health, joy, love, comfort, can be heard in your own voice, in our own voices, when we say Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Da Butsu, or in English, we rely upon the source of limitless wisdom and endless life. You can hear this truth when you say it aloud. The compassion is there whether we say the Buddha's name or not. It's there whether we hear it or not. But it's reassuring to hear this promise of goodness for all, the promise of gentility, kindness, and joy for every living being can be heard in our own voices when we say, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Da Butsu. I rely upon the source of limitless wisdom and endless life. And so, in closing this rather brief Gotan-E Hasumairi talk, we want to more focus on the kids, and we did focus on our wonderful children. I will ask those who wish to say the Buddha's name with me a few times in closing the Dharma message portion of our service. We rely upon the source of limitless wisdom and endless life. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Da Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Da Butsu. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sensei. So at that point, I guess we're done with service, right? Oh, I have to what? Oh, I'm sorry, we have to still sing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We're going to sing.
We're going to sing. So on page 156 is the song Gotan-E Shinshu Shuka. So if you'll please rise and join us in singing while Kathy plays the organ.
If you have a high voice, sing loud. Or Mino sachi na ni Thank you very much. Please be seated.
Okay, now I'm on the program. Now we're done with service. So I'd again like to welcome Kathy for playing the organ, Sensei for giving us our Dharma message, Alan for all the videography stuff, Kyoko for the beautiful flowers, and all of you for coming on a Sunday and bringing your children and joining us today. After service, they're going to have otoki, which is like light refreshments in the classroom. Yeah, we're actually started the remodel, so we only have one classroom, so it's the side closer to the garden. You could peek in and see what's happening in the kitchen. It's coming along really nicely. Yes, and we are taking donations for that too. So a couple of announcements. We do have a couple of lunches, dinners left over from yesterday, so if you didn't get to come yesterday and order your food, we have a couple. And then on June 1st here at the temple, we're having a takeout and dine-in meal and raffle for the Miss PJCI. So if you'd like to attend, I have order forms here. And again, I'd like to thank everybody for showing up to help this last week. It was a very successful fundraiser, and I think when we all work hard together, it kind of pulls us all together. But if you've been getting the e-blast, we have a conference this fall in October 19th. And if you haven't been to one of the conferences, the Southern District Conference, this is a good one. It will be in San Diego. We probably will do something with carpooling, but to attend a conference, you will see a lot of people from a lot of different temples, and we all will chant together at San Diego Buddhist Temple.
It'll be quite a celebratory event again.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so we're kicking off our 125th Buddhist Church is a BCA anniversary, so it will be a good one, and we have a Grateful Queen that will be putting on a show, so it's going to be a big production. So check your calendars and take a look and see if you might want to attend. Mm-hmm. Oh, and Kathy has an announcement.
Thank you, Jeannie. I'm Kathy Kumagai. One more activity for you today after service. We had, in conjunction with the chicken teriyaki dinner, the Buddhist Women's Association had a white elephant sale, and the white elephant is still set up. So if afterwards you want to wander into the gym, it's called the Dharma Karma elephant sale. So there are no prices on anything. So donate what you'd like and take what you'd like, please. And then afterwards, and we can take cash check, and if you have PayPal account, you can do that. Square, I'll take it. I'll take everything. And then we could use some help. We need to clear out the gym by 12:30. So if anybody's here, I think we're going to probably move things into the garden classroom after everybody's eaten. So, but yeah, have some fun, shop, and help us move afterwards. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to emphasize those two things, and then I'll just, again, invite you to come next door for the light refreshments. Classes will be as usual this week, which means Tuesday and Thursday, 1 o'clock for a Tai Chi class, 6 p.m. for a class which is variously meditation, sutra chanting, and vocal nembutsu, 7 o'clock for a Buddhist study and discussion class. So I hope to see some of you for that, but I really hope some of you will be here for the Miss PJCI, that's June 1st? June 1st. So I think Nancy was going to announce that, but had to go. So do please be here June 1st for the Miss PJCI luncheon, and please come next door for light refreshments and chatting. Hope to see you next door. Thank you for being here.
So if you didn't offer incense when you came in, please offer before you leave, and hopefully we'll see you next door. Thank you.